It's going to be a very special holiday episode. It's going to be a roast of the one and only Santa Claus. That's right, a Dean Martin Comedy Central style roast of St. Nicholas. And we're going to have some of the Valley's best writers, performers, comedians, and poets. The Clue will be among them. Bill Campana, Leslie Barton, players from First Friday Night Live are going to be here. Brian Augustine, DC Comics writer, will be on the dais. It's going to be a very interesting, eclectic, and entertaining night. And the door fee is simply a new unwrapped toy that will be donated to the Phoenix Children's Hospital. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you. Watch the kids get all the breaks. So watch this YouTube channel because we will be posting that hopefully before the end of the year. My next guest on this episode is an organizer of storytelling events here in the Valley. And interesting fact, we both went to the same high school. It's Jessie Balli, everybody. Welcome. So we both went to Centennial High School, C-E-H-S. Little E because Cactus High School came first, so Centennial had to brand it with the little E.
Awkward looking.
What year did you graduate from Centennial?
We're the best. It must be fate. We're the class of 2008.
Oh.
I'll remember that until I die, probably.
I don't know if my class had a song. It probably would have gone along the lines of a lot of us are addicted to drugs, so maybe we'll be in heaven. This is the class of 1997, or something like that. I don't know what it was. But did you grow up in the West Valley then? Obviously?
I did. That beige hell is what I call my childhood home.
What elementary school did you go to?
Desert Harbor.
Desert Harbor.
Peoria, deep in the heart of
In the Skyview. So yeah, we were. Would that have made us like little league rivals or something like that?
Something.
I don't know, our National Junior Honor Society bake sale rivals or something like that. So yeah, you call it that beige hell, is that what you said?
But I do call it beige.
What is it about the West Valley that nothing seems to break past the 17? Nothing cool is...
It's not that nothing cool, but like their biggest pull is like a Dutch Bros. So,
which is like open 24 hours.
Yeah, which is great.
There's a line wrapped around...
Every time, and I've never seen that at any other Dutch Bros except for the one in Peoria.
16th Street and Camelback at like 7 a.m. But other than that, 2 a.m.
I'd be out there like late at night over at my folks' house, and there's like kids lined up.
Sure, playing guitars and stuff. It's a scene.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a scene, man. But that's it.
I don't know. I lived there for a while. I grew up there. I think it's just they feel safe with their chain restaurants and their Starbucks.
Their Red Robins and
like it's familiar. Like they know all the things on the menu. I don't know.
So when you graduated in 2008, just a scant 11 years after I did, I would have had my 10-year reunion before you graduated, but I didn't go to that. So where did you go? What did you do? You stayed in the West Valley, you hunkered down, you took a husband, you had kids, you bought one of those Estes homes, and...
None of that.
Oh,
None
okay.
of that. No, I went to Flagstaff.
Oh, okay.
College at NAU.
Sure.
Be a lumberjack for a while.
Sure, yeah. What did you study?
I studied public relations and advertising.
Oh, okay. And is that the career you're in now?
Sort of.
So what?
That's on the side.
Higher education works, everybody. Higher education. Post-election day, you will be paying that tuition, but it will work out for you. So, what brought you back to the Valley from Flagstaff, or were there travels in between?
Yeah, I mean, I traveled a while when I was in college, but I think that Phoenix was my home. I visited a lot. I had a lot of friends that lived here that went to ASU downtown. So I felt after I came back from Flagstaff, I couldn't go back to the beige hell. I had to branch out. So I thought Phoenix was a better place for me.
And what was your first impression? When you lived on the west side of town as a high schooler, did you ever venture this way, come downtown, go to Mill Avenue, do that kind of thing? Or?
I got mugged.
You got mugged?
But that's my first experience, like with downtown.
Your first experience in downtown Phoenix,
fine.
you were mugged.
Yeah.
Wow, what did they take you for?
I just think I had like $10. I was going to a concert.
Good grief! Wow. But you came back.
But yeah, no, so it's good.
So he was a polite mugger, and I'm being a sexist. It was a he.
It was
And women will take your money too, but it's much more subtle.
No,
So you came back to Phoenix after college, and you had that mugging experience under your belt. I'm going to dwell on that like a good talk show host would. It was a fleeting moment in your life that you've completely forgotten, but for me it was a trauma you will never overcome. And what brought you back to the Valley then? Did you know there was an art scene growing down here?
Yeah, so I think that's what drew me to it, because Flagstaff has a really huge, very tight-knit arts community. And it's fun to be a part of that as a student, and that's kind of where I wanted to be when I came back. So Phoenix was great because there's a lot of stuff that was like up and coming, and like things were just happening. So I was like, this is probably the best place to be. We're on like the ground floor.
Sure. So in 2012, 2013 then?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the first experience you had returning to the Valley, if you recall?
I attended a lot of shows at the Trunk Space.
Okay.
Rest in peace. So I did a lot of shows over there. I was really into like local music. I did that for a while. I tried my hand at stand up a little bit at some open mics here and there because I thought that would be kind of a fun thing. But I did mostly just like music oriented things. Branched out a little bit, but never really until like last year.
Okay.
Got into it, like
So
sunk my teeth in.
we're on the cusp of your personal renaissance as we talk about the art scene growing. And it's interesting, the very area where you were probably mugged, there may be a hip concert venue right now. Is that true? Or how close, am I accurate?
Lots of man buns there now.
Lots of man buns. That would be a great name for a concert. Come to the man bun. And watch Clute in the Breakers play. So you are now a part of the scene. You're organizing events as much as you are participating in them. And one of them is Chatterbox storytelling. Am I saying that right?
Open mic storytelling. Yes.
Chatterbox open mic storytelling.
Yeah.
What is the origin of Chatterbox? That has one of the best logos of an event I've ever seen.
Thank you. Chatterbox was kind of bred from a storytelling show that I started doing almost, it'll be 2 years in January, Yarn Ball Storytelling. I got my start there, really loved open mic storytelling because it was really freeing, kind of raw, like you didn't have to prepare a lot for it, which I'm not a wonderful writer when it comes to like writing down my personal stories. I'm pretty creative in that aspect, so it's nice to just go up there and kind of improv like stories about my life and tell things that strange things have happened to me. So I think that was fun. And then Chatterbox, we wanted to get it to a venue that was not, I want to say more accessible, but that had more to offer. And I think just we had more control, like creative control over the show. So Dan and I branched out. It was like October this year. And now we have our own space. We do monthly donation drives for different nonprofit organizations. And it's the same style, so it's open mic style. We have a theme every week. And stories are 6 to 8 minutes long. People are timed. We get about 11, 12 storytellers on the stage, and I want to say every week it's like 40% new tellers, which is super cool.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And so folks interested in an event like that would find it on Facebook, I presume. They'd see the theme.
Oh, yeah.
Then
so
they
we
can
have it on our website and on Facebook, but they can check it out. I kind of put a quote on there, so like kind of like inspire people a little bit to like think about what they want to do or what kind of stories they can tell. But it's really open-ended. The themes are really vague. Like you could have like this coming week is family ties for Thanksgiving.
Sure.
So.
But I could tell a story about meeting Michael Gross if I wanted to.
I mean, it's really all over the place. It's what you want to talk about, and we're there to facilitate that.
Sure. So what is it about storytelling? And I had one of your peers here a couple of months ago, Marnie Burris, who does a great job organizing these events as well. So this may be redundant for a viewer or two, but I think it's a really interesting phenomenon because Clute and I were just talking about poetry.
Yeah.
People know what that is, whether it is slam or free verse or just open mic in a coffee shop. People know what stand-up is. But storytelling seems so open-ended and ambiguous and perhaps even intimidating in its presumed length. I'm telling a story. I'm going to be up there forever. What is it about storytelling that has captured the Valley right now? There are so many of these events going on.
I think it's not just here. I think specifically us, like now we're getting it, like we're growing it, but like The Moth or This American Life, they've been around for a while, for a long time.
And those are NPR shows,
radio shows, podcasts, like actual shows you can attend, and that's been going on for a while. But I think what Chatterbox brings to the storytelling ring, if you will, of like Phoenix, is it is open for everybody. It's not a booked show. It's not a show for performance. It's not a show for people who are like seasoned storytellers. Like sure, we have those people there. Like I tell every once in a while. You know, we've got people that like Marnie will tell, but I really want it to be a place where people can find this, try it out, like it, see if it's for them, and then move on to other bigger things performing here.
Wow, bigger than storytelling.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, because to me, storytelling is almost at the pinnacle of performance because there's such a structure to the tale. You need a beginning, middle, and end. A poem could be 2 poignant words, or a joke can be a very short quip, but a story is...
And that's the thing, I think people do think it's intimidating.
Yeah.
But when
I'm putting the fear of the story into them right now. You're saying...
fear of the story. Fired
You're saying it's not all that, really.
No, me personally, I'm kind of a goofball. I was a mascot at our high school. So.
You were the coyote. Coyote or coyote?
Coyote.
Coyote, that's what I thought.
Coyote, you get in the trash can. I don't know if that happened for you.
No, what happened? What did you say?
You get put in a trash can if you call him a coyote.
Oh, I guess I never said that. So you don't say the little E in coyote, but we drop it into the abbreviation of high school. Oh, man. There's a retired Mr. Keen, I hope, watching this and enjoying that. But,
But no, I think that with storytelling, it's a lot more free than I think people want to put constraints on it, because at the end of the day, these are like real things that have happened to you, and if you talk like me and you were talking right now, or like if you're telling a stranger about an unusual time that this happened, that's how I feel like it should be. You're just telling people this thing that occurred. It's real life. You don't have to lie about it. Like,
so folks
really
go if they're an improv story, there's a spontaneous story.
Oh, totally. And that's how I started. I very rarely wrote like an outline. Maybe it wasn't great every time.
Wow.
But
well, I guess now that you describe it this way, they say prostitution is the world's oldest profession, but you got to assume storytelling is second, because then that guy went and told his buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right on the heels of prostitution, there's storytelling. Cool. Well, okay. Let's dive into the plugs a little bit. If folks want to find out more about Chatterbox, they can find it online. What's the website?
Online. It's chatterboxaz.com.
Okay.
So everything we have is all our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the same @chatterboxaz. And I brought you a gift.
What?
Yeah.
The only reason I have this
For your desk.
Oh my gosh! This is the logo. This is the logo. Oh, cool. Now I can do my Jack Nicholson impression. What? Remember that? Bob, you are my number one guy. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you very much, Jessie, for that. So chatterboxaz.com,
Yeah.
Facebook Chatterbox, and all the social media.
Yes.
Very cool. And do you have any other projects going on, or anything else going on?
No, that's my main focus right now.
This
We just launched in November, like officially.
Oh, just started. So
yeah.
this will forever be on the desk, right there. And if anybody asks, I will perpetually plug this show. Here's one more question to just indulge. Why do you think Phoenix is a good city for something like this? Having grown up here, maybe you've loved to hate it, you've hated to love it, and all that stuff. What is it about Phoenix right now where things like this stuff is? That you would think we'd have this stuff going on, but it's starting now. Why? What's going on?
We're really close to LA, and I think that that's a huge cultural problem potentially, because a lot of people see that this is a small pond for them, so they want to be in a bigger pond. That doesn't always pan out. A lot of people come back from LA, like
Sure.
They didn't cut it. There's too many of you out there. And I'm not saying I like to be here because it is a small pond and I maybe feel like a big fish a little bit right now, but I think it's important to stay, not necessarily where you're from, but stay where you started, at least for a little while, to help it grow. And I think that's what we're doing now. I think a lot more people are staying and kind of sinking in their roots with our arts community, and I think that's awesome.
Very cool. So some of the best stories start at home, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Very cool. Jessie Balli, everybody.